Greetings, everyone. I am your host, Jay Voodoo Child, and this is Total. Well, no, it's not Total War Troy. And that's the point. So I've been saying that a lot because I've been playing Troy a lot. And essentially, what I've been doing is just playing the game and doing kind of sharing my thoughts in hour long episodes about, just how I play the game. And so I thought I'd take that approach and apply it to Star Citizen and kind of what this channel was originally, well, not originally, but what I kind of wanted it to develop into is talking about kind of my viewpoint for Star Citizen that CCU chains, cross chassis upgrades, should be started with giftable um, game packs that have a character slot already built into them. And that character can be responsible for captaining that particular ship. So it could be somewhere completely different where it's useful than other ships. And so whenever I want to play cargo hauler, I can just call up that particular character, just like I have in other MMOs, to say I want to be healing today, or I want to be, foraging or crafting, and I would have specialists positioned where they have that specialty and set up that character for that specialty, and I can enjoy my game time by doing that. And so I'm trying to take the similar position with this MMO that is Star Citizen. And I just got a lot of pushback on, that the 2013 blog that's still on the website, by the way, folks, is somehow never going to happen. So the ideas that they talk about there are never going to happen because it's just the technology, it can never work. No one else does it. And they don't see that also in 2013 we had Death of a Spaceman. And in my opinion, 2013 was pretty much, this is Chris Roberts talking about the game he wants. And the things that gets published by Roberts Space Industries are directly from the man himself. And for me, this is his game, his dream, not something that is tailor made for me or other parts of the community. And I think with the length that development has already taken, there is evident proof that Chris Roberts will doggedly pursue a technology until it happens. And, the game will take as long as it takes for him to get the version that he wants. And way back when, he told us what he wanted in part in that blog that says, if you have extra game packs, this is what you're going to be able to do with them. And oh, by the way, other players will be able to log into that character and play that. And for me, that's a very interesting thing because, as I've said on one of my shorts on this channel, is imagine instead of like your raid night, Tuesday night raid night or what have you, that you had in World of Warcraft or any other MMO, you get together and you're all meet up at the same spot, at your rally point. And then you go do the thing. And everyone is focusing on doing that thing and not wasting time trying to gather together or, am I equipped right? Or am I leveled right? Am I spec'd right? All that stuff is supposed to be done already. It's time for, those 10 players, those 5 players, those 40 players to all game and take on that that dungeon, those bosses. And so my version of that in Star Citizen is just like, you want to go exploring. So have your Carrack and have your 6 characters or whatever, and have the Carrack owner have those 6 character slots on their account. And, they can load up the captain, and the other crew members will be AIs, just like the blog indicates. But other players can log in and play those AIs, and they're not playing their own character, but they're playing your character that you've paid for already. And that Carrack can be in deep space already, doing its thing. And that way, the quality of gameplay is near 100% of you exploring, having fun with your friends. And if someone can't show up that night, then you have the AI just doing its thing. If someone has to leave early or someone comes in late, the AI is still running that function on the ship. And it's completely flexible for everyone's schedule. And I think that's the brilliance of the system. And I don't see other people imagining that thing. And so, your exploration night is over. Your friends log off, and when they log into the game, they load up one of their characters doing their thing in their territory, or all that stuff for how they want to play when they want to play. And you don't have to spend all this time traveling. You don't have to spend all this time moving the Carrack back and forth to the same spot you left it off at the last week, or waste time kind of going back to your home base and then launching from there to go exploring. Your range is completely unlimited if you are continuing to log on and off out there in the black. And I've thought about how do you resupply the Carrack when it's that far away from civilization and other things. And that's one of the things that I thought about with the Starfare is this, like grade night, some people are spending part of the week building up those resources for, those potions or those buffs or, anything that is expendable. They're preparing for the next week. And so I can still log on to the Explorer, my Carrack, and I can travel to like a Starfarer that's somewhere positioned in a space, and I can refuel, and I can use supplies to re-equip whatever expendables are missing, and then position that Carrack back where it was before, and no one else has to waste time in that process. And I can load up in my Starfarer and have a complete crew there possibly, and go searching for those gas giants or what have you, or try and get some quantum fuel going. Just doing Starfarer things that will support your exploration on that particular night, but you don't have to spend any of that night doing those kind of logistic stuff. You can log on to your cargo hauler or your MSR with data and cargo, and load up on the supplies that you're going to need, and then fly out to the Starfarer and exchange information. The Carrack is going to hand off information on what it's found out there to the Starfarer, And then when your MSR is on its resupply run, it could take back, some loot that you found or what have you. It can also take back that data. Or, maybe the extra computers on the Caterpillar can do all that. But, some sort of kind of logistics chain can be established to support your raid night that is, again, 100% exploration, your friends having fun doing that thing. And you can translate that into any other game loop. But, for me, exploration just kind of made more sense about how to explain it. And so that's just kind of where my head goes on, how to play the game. But, there are some major unanswered questions regarding the 2013 blog. And chief among them is how many counts can be on, how many character slots can be on one account. Now, any MMO that I've ever played had multiple character slots. Some of them you had to unlock through some method, sometimes paying them with money. But, you started off with a couple at least. And I, again, think that Star Citizen, the MMO, was going to do the exact same thing. And I definitely can see them monetizing selling extra character slots because, let's face it, everyone's chasing that LTI token. And so I'm trying to suggest, no, start your chains with extra game packs. Well, 2 years ago, they brought out the IAE Cutter, a starter ship. It had a game pack option, and it came with LTI because it's a brand new thing. So I picked up one of those, and unfortunately, it's limited to one per account. So I got my one, and it's giftable. It has LTI, and it has a game pack. And pretty much that game pack costs $5 extra if you can consider the LTI War Bond discount that comes with any other LTI token that you have. So, the question is, what is the character slot cap on each account? And part of my exploration, as you see here, is if the cap is only so much, what ships do I want to use to utilize that cap with self-crewing a ship in order to have some fun, but also have, some spare captains around to have ships in different areas that, either get, well, that's another thing is like, so if there's a small player cap, or excuse me, character slot cap, do I start spreading out ships across multiple accounts and just say, if I want to do this one thing, this play session, I'm going to, roll up my main account. If I'm doing something else, okay, do I roll up that account with those 4 character slots or whatever the limited number might be? And so if things turn out to be certain ways, what is my exit strategy? That's what this thing is called, Star Citizen Exit Plan. Is if I encounter different caps, what am I going to do with all the CCU chains that I have rolling around? And this is what it looked like after IAE last year. And I've made some CCU purchases when they've come up, some War Bond specials. And also in the last couple months, there have been price hikes with already flight ready ships, and that has messed up a lot of my chains. So I need to go through and readjust those. But I looked this morning and saw that one of the new holes that I have because of these price changes can be filled with a war bond. And so I kind of switch off my brain from Total War stuff and said, okay, what do I need to do with my chains? And so I'm basically going through the process of that today with you all. And, I hope that this is of value of you, just kind of hearing my thoughts and how I set things up on spreadsheets. I love putting things on spreadsheets. It's a way of me organizing my thoughts and kind of seeing representations of, how I approach the game. So, here's my exit plan. Here's my existing chains. Um, I have dollar value, and then here's a CCU. I've got two Eclipse to Caterpillars, and I paid $5 for it. And I get a $25 discount off of that. The light air green are stuff on my main account. The darker greens are stuff that I paid to get to the $40 threshold on alt accounts, so I can pick up at the time, the MPVU. So I've got that on, I think, 3 accounts. And so, these MSRs and Redeemer CCUs are on other accounts. And so I may one day, gift them over to my main if that's what I decide to do. Or if the cap is kind of low, I may spread my ships, across multiple accounts and just kind of take that approach, and then cash in some things and, buy extra character slots. So, this is a better sheet to work from. No, does not appear to be. Oh, no, this was something else. This is what I was reviewing, the IAE and all that stuff. What's this? Okay, that's... So, yeah. I'm going to copy this sheet. And rename it. Because that's coming up in a couple months. And I'm going to throw it to the end. So, first thing I'm going to do is adjust these ghosts, because I think this is the one that really messed me up. All right, times 2 here. The blue is when there's a price jump. So I need to put this up here. And make this blue. Okay. So this is just a 30 bump now. And this is now a 15. I think that's how I can properly. All right, and then this is going to be minus 30. In fact, let's move that up. And I'm going to keep this stuff now. And this is going to go up here. And this is going to go away. And this is going to go away. Here, here. I really love that Vulture price jump. And this, unfortunately, this ghost pretty much just took all that away. Did I do that on the right? No, I didn't. Where is the undo? I believe that's all I have of that. All right. The red is holes that I need to fill in. And essentially what I'm hoping to do as much as possible, given the availability of certain ships at this very moment, is to really figure out, try and lock in as many of these credits. Like I have 10 of these. So, I mean, I've got like, I may even have 10 Arrow to Storms, or actually maybe just 5. And then many more, I think maybe 10 Rock to Storms. So I spent 5 on all that. So, you know, I have like $100 in play if I just put all those back in, and then, you know, try and spread that out here across. And, you know, how many ships do I want in my fleet? And is that a thing that's transferable or possibly sellable, depending on what happens in the future? But also, one of the goals is I'm trying to use price jumps whenever possible and save as many CCU war bonds, because I can gift those away. And, you know, Fantasyland here, if my channel actually gets people contributing, you know, a large amount of money through Patreon, then one of my giveaway plans is to sell off my spare CCUs. And so, you know, I've got 5 rail into MSRs, that will save someone $30. For me right now, if I just put it in buyback, it's only $5 for me. But, I can give someone a $35, deal as a prize. So I figured that would be a good monthly thing to go there. So I've done that. Let's get rid of this. I'm in the copy now. Also, I gotta figure out how many blacks I have. Okay, so yeah, here we are. So, I got whole A's, I got storms, I've got blacks, I've got rocks. And so one of the things is, as of right now, can I plan for? And, I have like shopping lists. Let's see if that's, no. So previous times I've had shopping lists. Is this one in here? Yeah, here we go. From Victus, I want to pick up these CCUs, Ailing Week, IAE, Flight Readies, let's take care of all those types of things. So, I don't know why I keep on saying L. So that is the kind of edit. And I'm just going to do 30-minute episodes or thereabouts. And so the next step is to figure out how many C1s I want to put in here. Because I think I can get that to the Centurions and the Blacks. And so then that will be the question is like, how many Blacks do I want? Where is it going to make sense to go through this system instead of, having these Spartans and doing this 10 credit jump? Are these Spartans any good? So I'd just be kind of trying to figure out this lower portion, because I think pretty much I've got the top end pretty locked in, except for this one here that I'm trying to build differently with the Santucky eyes. And again, just trying to see, all right, how many Blacks do I need? How many Centurions can I possibly throw onto a prize? And again, utilize these as much as possible and try and save these for giveaway. And does that make sense with the savings across a particular range? So we'll explore that in a future episode. But thank you all for watching. Please consider giving this video a thumbs up if you found some information useful for it. Share with me your comments and subscribe and click the bell icon to be notified when I post the next video on this. So thank you very much. Take care, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.